Hello everybody, welcome to An Idiot Aboard. I'm Danny, your idiot. Some boards over there. What are we up to today? Well, this is the end of the day. I forgot to film an intro and an outro. Went up, made myself a cup of tea and realised, bugger, better get back down there and do something. Been a mixed bag today. I've not really focused on one project because there's been a couple of things that I started but I can't finish because of lack of materials. Hopefully remedying that tonight. And so I just potted around, had a bit of a clean up, used my vacuum cleaner, my shop vac I should say, to get round my mitre saw and tidy up there. And built a couple of little bits and bobs, small little things. But you'll see all that in the videos to come. Thanks.
Measure, cut, snap, screw, repeat. Well, that's one bit done. Measure, cut, snap, screw, repeat. Well, that's one bit done. So I just started clearing the shelves in the storeroom area and I ran across this. It's a tripod that we bought to go with our old camcorder. And I feel really weird saying old and camcorder together. That makes me feel really old. But never mind. And I thought maybe I can adapt this for my phone, which I use to record all my videos. There's got to be something that I can put in here, clamp it down, and then have my phone sit like that in there. Because one of my biggest bugbears is not having anywhere proper to put my phone, get myself a proper phone stand sorted. So if I can kind of finagle that somehow. At the moment, the best option I got is to clamp it on with one of these little Dollarama clamps. I mean, it doesn't have to be held tight, otherwise it'll break the phone. And there's one thing these things can't do, it's hold tight. So if I use one of them and just bosh, put the phone in there, clamp it on, that'll hold it for now. That's the plan. And maybe I can film myself making something properly without thinking, where the hell am I going to put my camera now? Because it's well articulated. This tilts so I can get lots of different angles. I've got to adjust it, loosen it so that this tilts properly. It swivels. You know, so I mean, it's quite versatile for a relic from another age. So there we go. That's what the plan is for that. So rather naughtily, I did a bit of work off camera because it was a little bit experimental and I didn't know if it was going to work, and I didn't want, despite the name of the channel being An Idiot Aboard, didn't want to look like a complete doofus. But I tried something new. Let me show you. So yesterday, I took apart an old IKEA bathroom flooring contraption thingy. It's like a pallet for your bathroom floor, but it had these rubber rings on, these sturdy rubber rings on it. And because I wanted to use the mitre saw on a very small cut, I thought to myself, take the other rings off, which I did. You can see it was in my daughter's bathroom. Very good on cleaning. And what I did was I clamped it under here, kind of like that, but I wanted to see if it would work. So I didn't, hang on, let's get a bit that I haven't cut so it's a bit longer. So it was kind of clamped under there like that so I can cut. I can clamp down here, apply pressure so I don't have to put my hands near the spinning wheel of death in there. And then I can line up everything properly on the fence, of course. I don't just leave it hanging freestyle out there. I'm not a complete moron, despite what various family members and my missus might say. So what I did was, just purely experimentally, I cut this with two 15 degrees. Look, there it is, 15 degrees. Cut these with two 15-degree ends on them to make a little trapezoid. And then, because I noticed, he says, stuttering and stumbling, that the pads in, whatever goes in here, as you can see, when you close it, hang on, let me get the right angle. There is a slight angle going up in there, and of course down here. So that means that, if I can do this one-handed, you lift that up, and it fits in there like that, look. And then you just clamp that down. It doesn't even have to clamp very far. And I've got something that holds in there. I can lift the whole thing up. Pretty cool. So now I can build off of this to hold this. So it can hold my phone. And I thought I'd have to do several different cuts. I estimated 15 degrees. I had no idea. I've got no way of measuring in such a tight, confined space. No way of measuring that angle. I'm sure there are tools that exist for that, but I don't have them. So yeah, I just guessed at 15 degrees, and you look at the line in here where that's touched. I'd say that's pretty bloody flush, isn't it? That looks like 15 degrees to me. That'll do me, he said, sounding like a happy farmer. That'll do me, boy. That'll do me. Look at that, look. Perfectly fitting. Awesome. Now then, I've just got to work out how to attach this bloody phone to it. So while I amuse myself coming up with a real solution to this problem, it's not really a problem, is it? Let's be honest. This is what I've got temporarily. Alright? Bearing in mind, as I keep repeating, I'm cheap and somewhat nasty. But look. So, the outward camera's facing outwards. I can adjust. Hang on, the outward camera's facing outwards. I can adjust the tilt. I can turn it on the base. I still have access to the controls that I need if I want to photograph or video or whatever. There we go. So I'm on video there. I can record whatever. I can still move it around. I can film pretty much anything. There's the base. There's this morning's cup of tea, nice and empty. So that's the temporary idea. Now I've got to work out something that works permanently for that, so that I can use this and I can unclip it and clip it back on, and somehow make it fit on a French cleat, because you know I'm going to French cleat this bitch. But anyway, that's the plan, Stan. I should mention as well, before I forget, this sweatband. It's an old England sweatband that I've had for God knows how long. Probably longer than my kids. I haven't seen it for 7 or 8 years. I stumbled across it yesterday and thought, oh, I'll make use of that somehow, because, you know, I like to reuse old stuff. And so I've sandwiched it between the phone and the wooden clamp attachment, if you like, so that the pressure of the clamp on there doesn't break my phones, and the screen of my phones anyway. And I'll probably turn that into a permanent feature on whatever I've got when I finish with this, just because it protects the screen. So yeah, that's why that's there. Weird looking thing though it be. You wouldn't think it looking in my shop, but I value cleanliness, which is why I've whacked a French cleat on it. Go ahead, whack a French cleat on it. Got some cleaning up to do, it looks like. Let's get on with it. One of the great things about having a HEPA filter on my vacuum is that
it captures a lot of fine dust that would otherwise be quite harmful for me. But it also captures so much stuff that it requires regular cleaning. And I find the best way to do it without kicking dust all over the place is just to take an old toothbrush. Actually, it's my wife's current toothbrush, don't tell her. And give everything a good brushing so that you can see that green again. Whoop, kicking a bit of dust around. We'll vacuum that up later. It's maybe not the best way to do it. There's probably a better way of doing it somewhere. Someone can probably tell me in the comments, oh, do this, do that. I don't know, I kind of find this way of doing it quite therapeutic. Here we go. See if we can get a better view of that for you. I don't know if that's on camera or not, but yeah, there's a bloke I grew up with back in England. He's turned into one of the best carpenters I know, and I know a lot. I mean, I've got a couple of brilliant carpenters in my family. My cousin Simon, my uncle Mick. But Nick Hire, his name, he's an artist. I bet he doesn't have to go on his hands and knees in his workshop pissing around with his infill. But anyway, if you're in England, especially in the Peterborough area, Peterborough and March kind of area, and you want an understairs cupboard building, a new kitchen, bathroom, total renovation, like that sort of thing, cabinets building, anything to do with cabinetry, that sort of thing, find Nick Hire. His work's fucking brilliant. And, to cap it all off, he's a bloody nice chap too. Here we go, look. Vibrating it like that, I'm not damaging the filter in any way. I'm just shaking some of that other crap loose so I can clean it out a bit more. Now, normally when I do this, I've actually got my mask on so that I don't breathe any of this in, but it's hard to hear me yapping away when I've got that mask on. So we'll bag that up. Some of that sawdust can be used later, because when I'm joining stuff, if I've got any cracks or any gaps in between my joins, and I will have because it's me, I'll use the sawdust and glue to fill them in. So as you saw, we built the holder for the kitchen towel, which is now workshop towel, not kitchen towel. What else did we do today? Oh, we did the plaster board up there. That's what I'm picking up tonight, more plasterboard. Should be able to, next time I get down here, whenever that is, finish that ceiling and the box in there that I built, and then I can get on with ripping the hardboard crap, the particle board bollocks on the wall in there, empty the room, rip that off, and board that up with some proper plasterboard. Built myself my little grippy stick for my mitre saw, clamp it down, hold stuff safely, no loss of fingers. Woohoo! Still a clumsy bugger though. And what else did I had a bit of a tidy up. Oh, and I'm using my camera stand for the first time properly, although you are still just clamped to it with an old sweatband cushioning the clamp so it doesn't break my phone. But it works, so it'll probably stay like that for the next 5 years before I buy something, because as I keep telling you guys, I'm cheap. I'm tight with my money. I'm as tight as a duck's ass in water, as my dad would say. Anyway, thanks for watching all of this nonsense, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.